Welcome back YouTube, VST here at Tech. This is the Xiaomi 13D Mi 13 running the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which right now is in my hands and in testing. And I can tell you, my preliminary feedback is that's an awesome chipset. This here is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, the king of the Android phones for 2022 for last year. And it runs on the Exynos 2200, guys. So what I'll do in this video is run AnTuTu benchmark, but I will run it 10 times one after the other to just see how much of the performance is going to be sacrificed, and also use an infrared thermometer, guys, to measure what will happen with the temperature on both phones, guys. So before I start with the test, let's set up the scene. I have 22.8 degrees ambient temperature, guys, and I'm going to also do a measurement of the Mi 13 and also the S22 Ultra. Okay, so right now the S22 Ultra runs 30 degrees and, guys, the Mi 13 runs almost 29.6, so it is almost the same. And by the way, guys, you can just see the CPU temp readings from the sensors themselves are not really different. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just start. And you can, by the way, already see how smoother this test run here on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is. It's really like a movie here, and here it's more like a slideshow. Alright, that's an interesting finding, guys. We can already see that the Samsung is running almost 40 degrees and the Mi 13, guys, yep, 35 degrees. So I would say this is really a change from what you've seen previously, yep, on the 8 Gen 1. So definitely the 8 Gen 2 is running, yeah, cooler, guys, 36, and here, wow, 41 already. Yeah, we also see that the Mi 13 is really taking a lead here. Although I think it started like 2 seconds later, Mi 13 is already at 46%. So let's just try to measure, guys, how much we're gonna get from the Mi 13. Yep, 39 degrees. And let's do also a reading on, yeah, now I think they're kind of even. One more time, just to be sure, guys. Okay, 41.2 on the Exynos. And yep, 39.7, so I would now say that both phones are working like crazy. Wow, the Xiaomi 13 is really killing it. So the 8 Gen 2 is really a thing of its own, I can tell you, guys. See how quick it is. But guys, don't underestimate the Exynos 2200. I know that Exynos in general is getting a lot of hate, but the Exynos 2200 is even more thermally stable than some of the latest Apple chips, and it's still not a very bad chip. Yeah, but can it compete with the 8 Gen 2? We have to see this. What will happen after the 5th run, after the 6th run? This is kind of the interesting findings we need to make. Okay, let's measure one more time so that we know what happens. Exynos is 41.6, Xiaomi, guys, 39.1. So yeah, there is kind of like this 1 to 2 degree difference, and definitely the Mi 13 is running cooler, and it's a smaller phone, guys. Here you have a larger surface, so probably cooling should be better, but yeah, the results are what you see on the screen. Wow, this is really insane. We have a result of, what is this, like 1,270,000. I honestly see something like this for the first time. And see, guys, 96% still of a battery. We only lost 4%. Let's just try to measure what is the temp right now. So only 9% increase in the temperature. So 39.2. We are almost at the end for the Exynos. And okay, Exynos is also showing some nice results here, 39.7. But the fascinating point is that we only lost 4% of battery. And guys, now we are also ready with the first round with the Exynos 2200, and it is what it is, guys. So the 8 Gen 2 is actually totally destroying the Exynos, okay? The good things that we can say is that the Exynos also only lost 5% of battery and also 8% increase in the temperature. So let me just do one more reading here. 38.5 from the Exynos and 37.6 from the Xiaomi, guys. Alright guys, now time for the second test. And we are starting at the following temps. So the S22 Ultra is at 40.9, the Mi 13 here is at 39.7. Interesting, the second AnTuTu test winner is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, maintaining 700,000, so it lost something like 100,000 points. And yeah, you see, very stable in terms of temperature, only 1 degree raised. We also seen when we did the test that it somehow was running cooler, so I just guess this is down to different thermal management. And we can see that the Xiaomi 13, right now also on 40 degree, but the Xiaomi 13 is still testing, so I'm not sure what is happening here. Did the Xiaomi somehow glitch or not? But the second test is clear. Wow, okay. Xiaomi reported 1,259,000, so this is really crazy. Again, the drop in the temperature is almost the same, and it is for sure running hotter as we've seen during the test, guys. Okay, this was run number 2. Now let's initiate run number 3. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra again finishes first. This time, of course, losing a bit more points. I think something like 30,000 points. 5% of the battery loss. The Xiaomi guys still maintains a very good result. Same here, also 5% loss. And by the way, from this test, we can already see that the Xiaomi runs hotter. The S22 Ultra has a different thermal management. We can also see here that the Xiaomi is running hotter, and but the interesting fact is that the 8 Gen 2 is really able to keep this performance. Okay, now let's buckle up and start round number 4. Wow, this time the Xiaomi finishes first, and guys, what a bummer. It still almost maintains the same score over and over again for the fourth time. Battery now only 80%. The Exynos 2200 on the S22 Ultra has 77%, so I would say they quite go along. And it's really interesting to do this test over and over again because this really puts heavy strain on the phones and can give you a rough idea what you can expect. Let's say if you play hours of Genshin Impact or Call of Duty Mobile or any other like graphically demanding game. Right now, the S22 Ultra I think recovers a bit, almost 700,000. It's not doing so bad, guys. And see here the graphics. This is really very interesting. It almost looks the same. Yeah, although there are of course some differences, but the main or the key takeaway right now is that the Xiaomi phone runs hotter, right? They kind of lose the same percentage of battery, and the Xiaomi phone also is able to maintain the scores at the end. And now let's go for round number 5.
Maybe.
Another win for the Xiaomi 13, guys, and the craziest of all is that after 5 AnTuTu runs, it still maintains 1,250,000. Really impressive. The battery right now 75%, so we can safely assume that this kind of tests take 5% of battery after the second one. And I'm just eager to see how much we're gonna get on the S22 Ultra. Remember, it started off with around 800k, went down to 600 something. It was able to recover a bit. So are we gonna see something like more than 700k? Yeah, okay. Still to be evaluated. And also very important, guys, we definitely proved that the A-Gen2 implemented into Xiaomi 13 has a more aggressive thermal management. It allows the phone to run hotter, and you always know how it goes, right? Hot means usually more performance, but then it kills your battery. And the good thing is here that they're doing quite good with the battery. So the A-Gen2 is really optimized for efficiency, right? So the fact that it can run hotter probably doesn't correlate with the fact that it kills the battery. Good news for the Exynos 2200. It managed to recover, and we are now getting more than 700k, 4% down. So stable, guys. I would say we're ready for round number 6. And the Xiaomi 13 wins again, maintaining almost the first result after 6 runs of AnTuTu. Probably I need to stand corrected, but it's kind of the first time I see something like this in an Android phone. Yeah, whatever. Really very nice result. Let's just see how much we're gonna get from the S22 Ultra. Last time it scored 707, so it was able to recover a bit. And it's not so far off from the original score, which was 800k. But the difference here is really whooping, guys. So it's 1,200,000 compared to 800,000 and now 700,000. So yeah, you get the point. And now we have the result from the S22 Ultra is 680,000 almost. Not that bad, guys. 70% of the battery here, 67% of the battery. So I would say they go hand in hand. And now it's time for round number 7. And again, a whooping result from the Xiaomi 13, absolutely able to maintain the performance and the score, 1,255,000. Battery is down with another 5%, so now we're down to 65%. And during the test we saw it was running hotter, like 45, 46 degrees, as to the S22 Ultra. It's a bit moderate, like 41, 42 degrees. And I'm very eager to see how much the Ultra is going to score. And we got the answer. Oop is going down a bit, 682,000. Battery down with 4%, 63% altogether. And guys, without any further ado, it's time for the round number 8. That's astonishing. The Mi 13 still maintains almost the original score, 1,250,000. Lost another 5% of battery, running still hotter than the Exynos. And we are now to see what score we're gonna get from the S22 Ultra Exynos 2200. Almost the same result as last time, so it is down with 130,000 points only like this, so it's not that bad. It's not really what it's capable of, right? So it's for sure limiting kind of the performance to really not overhit so much. And guys, now time for the test number 9. And the Xiaomi Mi 13 still continues to astonish, right? The same result over and over again. And yeah, true, the S22 Ultra finishes at the same time and also keeping the same result. But it started off with 800k, now we're down to 690. It's not bad, right? But what we see here in the Mi 13, I think is quite exceptional. And right now, guys, it's clear every time we lose 4 or 5% of the battery, we now have 54% on the Mi 13 and 54% also on the Exynos. So this one is running hotter than the S22 Ultra, more aggressive terminals and etc. And guys, with that said, it is time for a final test and then I will do a recap. And I really hope that you will subscribe in the meantime and you enjoy content like this. So last test number 10. This is probably the end of the last test, guys. Yeah, you can just see the Mi 13 definitely running 3 to 4 degrees hotter than the Xiaomi, and it manages still to keep this amazing result. 1,249,000. It started off with almost 1,250,000, etc. So it almost really didn't lose anything. Besides, of course, battery. So all this tests, 4%, 40%. We started off from 100, I guess. Right now we have 49% of a battery. And we are now waiting also for the S22 Ultra to finish. And here we are, guys. This is the last result. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra Exynos version finished with 692,000, so it lost something like 13% from the first AnTuTu test to the last AnTuTu test, which is still impressive. It's not a bad result, but the Xiaomi Mi 13 really shines here with losing almost nothing, really incredible. And both phones did quite well in terms of battery, so they were losing like 4 to 5%. Also, a very interesting and important finding is that the Mi 13 runs hotter to 3 to 4 degrees, so apparently it uses more aggressive thermal management to get this performance, which is really incredible. And the best part of it, it's very efficient, guys. It doesn't really burn a lot of your battery, and this is why Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 has a lot of potential, guys. And remember, this phone is a smaller form factor, so probably cooling is not so efficient. Just physics, just due to the size factor, guys. But it is what it is, guys. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. If that's the case, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and sub for the channel, guys. And don't forget to come back for more like this. And with that said, guys, please you, your friends, your families, stay safe, and we're gonna meet in one of my next videos. And with that said, VST over and bye.